But if you promote shopping, people come to spend money. And that $5 is the difference than someone just coming in to say, oh, I see a nice pair of earrings, but I didn't pay anything to get in. But if I pay $5, I'm going to buy something.
And that's why Gibraltar Trade Center is closing.
Right.
But no, people don't think about, what about the old school super sales? My parents would pay like $5 or $10 to go buy
The
like
Silverdome.
a broke down VCR back in the day, and like nobody cared. But it's like you're supporting people feeding families. And one thing about Jenna Motor City Creation,
I love those super sales, by the way. Those are the best.
I reached out to Jenna and Ted 2 years ago. I said, you guys got great product. You should do this. They said to me, we really don't pay over $100 for a fee. This is not something that we like to do. I'm like, no problem. I'm like, but you got good product. Just trust me, you'll do well. Since that day they signed up, Jenna told me the other day that I changed her life. And that just made me like teary-eyed, because she said that she now paying that money, her product was great. She took chances. Now they have a contract with Fago. They have all these different things because they took a chance on their business. Chances make champions. You can't just be like, oh, this and that. You have to like work it out. I quit my job and I had no money, and they were putting notes on my door like, hey, girl, rent is due. And I'm like, okay, Laura, this is the plan, but what's next? I mean,
Well, I know the feeling, too. I mean, at the end of last year, I left my corporate job and doing Daily Detroit full-time, and one of the things that with Motor City Creations, they hustle so hard.
Yes,
they
do. They do.
And they've been able to create so many interesting partnerships, and every time we feature them on the site, like tens of thousands of people come through because it's good stuff. And that's the thing with all your vendors. They're really good.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing I'm consulting for the night market. Are you guys familiar with the new park that's opening downtown? DTE's opening a new park downtown. Yeah. They're going to do a night market every Saturday night. So we're going to showcase 25 businesses every Saturday night at the new park downtown. Great security, everything, so you can come down, shop, listen to a band, grab some food trucks, but they're going to be all Detroit, Michigan-based businesses.
Well, and that park's looking really good. We just ran a photo gallery over on the site, and it is coming together so well. That restaurant, all the things, and there's actually going to be green space on top of the restaurant.
It's going to be really nice.
But
and times have changed, too. You're not seeing at these things all the vendors, like Dave's favorite was, shape of Michigan from Fago bottle caps on a piece of wood. Like, people are actually putting out really cool and making really cool products, and really cool companies are coming out of this.
And they're making stuff. I mean, something besides like T-shirts. They're really like putting these things together and like making all these things. I love what I do. I love working with these people.
Are services welcome too, or just products, or? We
do have some services that come just like for the exposure to be in front of a lot of people, but most of the time it's mostly product based.
Okay, I'm thinking, like anything from handyman or just people doing.
Podcast networks.
Podcast networks.
Well, you guys are welcome to come down to All Things Detroit anytime. Plum Market just sent me an email that they want to participate. They have a new truck that they want to showcase where they're going to be. They want to sign up for All Things Detroit. So my goal is to have All Things Detroit everywhere, not just All Things Detroit. I'm actually sponsoring an event in New York as well, small business. So we're just like all small business all day. It's not a trend. Everybody has a dream. Let's go.
Listen, tell Plum Market to open up a Detroit location, then you'll allow them to do so?
Well,
their own Plum Market, what?
They have a mobile truck, actually. They reached out today to say that they have a mobile thing that they're doing, so they'll just be over there with the food trucks.
Nice. Listen, listeners, buy all the things at All Things Detroit.
Exactly. So the marketplace is launching July 13th, and that's allthingsdetroit.com?
It's All Things Marketplace, because you don't have to be from Detroit. It's a nationwide marketplace.
Okay.
So anybody can sign up for it.
So are you obviously you're screening vendors and products on that too?
Yes, because once you submit your application online, it's a review. We have to review it. It's a review process because we don't want people just uploading anything.
Or selling garbage.
Exactly. Right. So we're monitoring everything. Like right now we have about 25 businesses on there. Little tweaks that we're making. Like I said, we're in beta testing right now, but we should be all ready to go.
When you open up Facebook Marketplace, it's like just a huge, I'm going to throw this in the garbage.
18-inch television. I saw one. I'm like,
oh my God.
Really?
So
popsicle stick, gently used, $4.
So many notifications. I'm like, what the hell is this red button at the bottom of my phone? And it's the Marketplace from Facebook. Yeah.
Now that Let Go has started, it's getting but it's all garbage. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, what's not garbage is this website, because holy crap, this is amazing. Allthingsmarketplace.com. This is
all right.
beautiful website. I'm like, is this Etsy? I'm like, am I on the right site even? I'm like,
Oh,
this is
no, it's
really
not
gorgeous.
Etsy. It's Ask Jennifer's All Things Marketplace.
It is
That's what
beautiful.
it is.
It is
Thank you.
absolutely
Like I said, it's still a lot of things that we have to get done. Some of the businesses, but we're excited about it.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Nuri does not throw that out loosely. So that is the vote of
Nuri
confidence.
knows how to make the internet.
Right.
Thanks to Cisco's brand new product. Anyway.
All right. So I guess if people are interested in signing up, and then when is your next event?
My next event, I'm actually doing something in Ann Arbor, August 22nd. We're doing a small business pop-up at Briarwood Mall. So we're going to have about 30 small businesses throughout the mall that are set up, and it's kind of like Detroit-based businesses. And then we have All Things Detroit, again, November 5th at the Eastern Market. But if you download the app, the All Things Detroit mobile app on Google Play and Apple, we send out notifications. You can see all the events, complete list of vendors, where they're located. You can go to their Facebook, everything. So it's just everything, All Things Detroit at your fingertips.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very good. It is. We're like roughly 150 episodes later. That's so freaking cool.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you so much. It went really, really fast. It went from one day people not giving a damn to people being like, that's actually really cool what you're doing. So I'm happy.
When it
about
happens, that tends to be how it happens. Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird. All right.
Well, hey, congrats on the success. We'll post
Thank
all the
you.
links, and hopefully we'll see you there. I'll make plans to go out there. That sounds like a great time.
I hope you can make it for sure.
But Jennifer, thank you for spending time with us, and Carol, thank you for not saying much.
Anytime.
Hey, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back with Jeremiah from
Mulligan.
Daily Detroit.
Was
This
it
is,
Berenstain or Berenstain?
Stain.
Was it?
This
Did that
is-
actually happen? Or
Am I
not?
actually coming back?
This is the IT and the D show.
And we'll maybe right back?
We'll be maybe right
We'll
back.
be right back.
IT and the D. Read, meet, listen. Networking Detroit. One beer at a time.
Hi, I'm Brittany Daniel from The Game, and you're listening to IT and the D Show.
ITinthed.com.
Welcome back, segment 3, episode 203. This is the IT and the D show, broadcasting here at Podcast Detroit in beautiful Royal Oak, Michigan. I almost forgot what city we're in. This is Bob the Sales Guy. This is Dave the Geek. Nuri the F&G is in the house. Find us online, itandthed.com. Shout out to Ian filling out the Twitters. Randy's drunk on Zima right now, so he's not filling
We love
out.
you, Randy.
He sends an apology note. I'm drunk on Zima.
I'm in the sauce.
in the Zima. But yeah, find us online, itandthed.com. And that voice you've been hearing this throughout the show is none other than Dr. Hook himself, Jeremiah, the proprietor of dailydetroit.com. Welcome back, sir. And, always a pleasure having you here.
Always a pleasure to be here. I feel fancy with the word proprietor.
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 Proprietor of fine things.
Find stories and videos and audio on the internet.
Yeah. So we were at the social media thing Friday, Solo's event, when the story broke about the hat shop
Right.
shutting down. Or, yeah, at least their Detroit location.
Their Detroit location.
And it's
yeah,
the
they're-
oldest hattery in
The United
States,
States.
from what I gather.
Correct.
Like 18...
late 1880s.
Dude.
Which is crazy. Now, a caveat here, although the deal has not been finalized, there is definitely talk that the city wants to find a place
And now
for
you've got
them.
DEGC stepping in, and you've got, yeah.
Right, because, media attention tends to do that. But it's one of those things, it's a really sad moment in a lot of ways because, this is kind of a reckoning for a lot of people with something that they can understand of like the change that's happening in Detroit, right? Because their business is up. Revenue is up, but they still couldn't make that rent note if they with it increased.
Well, yeah, because he said basically the owner of the building took the opt out
Right.
and was like, yeah, no, I'm just going to find somebody new.
Well, what's sad is that the next door location is actually like garage door down.
Yeah.
The sad part about this is that there's been quite a few instances in Detroit where they take the opt out and they'd rather have it sit empty than put somebody in there, which is really sad.
Because tax break?
I don't know, or not necessarily tax break.
Waiting
but
on
write-off.
Gilbert to come along and buy it.
Here, Danny Gilbert, Danny Warbucks.
And you hear that all the time, all these great businesses, and they didn't close because they suck. They closed because the landlords suck. And it sucks. Not to use that term.
Well, no, and I
often,
get
but you
it
know what
to
I'm
some
saying.
degree. I mean, so like how it, I don't know how long the person has owned that building.
I have no
but,
idea either.
sat on it for how long through.
Well, there's
how
nothing
many
upstairs.
years.
It's not like there's lofts upstairs or anything
Right.
like that. It's just, the Hatter. That's it.
Well, but I mean, it used to be like they used to make the hats there upstairs.
Right.
Like, and that was one of the cool parts of the story that was interesting. Like, if you didn't see something like on their racks that you liked, you just told them what you wanted. They would go upstairs and make it. You come back in 2 hours and you have a hat.
Little secret, they still do it.
Really?
Oh, but they still do it.
Well, it's not much of a secret if we just said it.
Yeah, I know.
So, I'm just saying.
It's what happens when you go on the
that's the thing.
podcast.
Like Dave Williams has been bugging me to take me shopping there.
Yeah.
Forever, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm in," and we never do.
And you have until August 5th.
Yes, you do.
Oh, it still opens August 5th?
Yeah.
All right, I got to call Dave then.
And by the way, the owner of Henry the Hatter is actually booked for a Daily Detroit Happy Hour podcast. He's going
Cool.
to be on the show.
Very cool.
But it's really something that
But that was like an icon. That's Faygo Better Made Harry the Hatter. That's an icon. That's Detroit.
I thought it was interesting.
sure.
Apparently, every mayor except Duggan
he's
has
gotta go get a hat.
worn a hat to his inauguration. Just not Duggan.
Well, he kind of needs one.
But no, that's an iconic Detroit brand. That is like part of that's Lafayette Coney. That's the city experience. It's like going to Nuts on Clark in Chicago or Garrett Popcorn. You know what I mean? Even you might not have shopped there, but you knew damn well it was there.
Oh yeah, like when we were at that social media event, my colleague Sven was sitting next to me, and he just like physically was like, "Ugh!" The second we got the press release, because it's a real gut punch. I mean, I have 5 Henry the Hatter hats. He has countless. I mean, that's part of being a city person, right? You've got to have a hat from Henry the Hatter. That's just like part of the uniform.
Huh.
Is it the oldest haberdasher in the country still
I
operating?
love that word, haberdasher. It makes me think of Are You Being Served from PBS.
It's a haberdasher, see?
Man.
But that's not the only. So if you grew up on the east side, I mean, you pretty much spent your weekends a lot hitting the Gibraltar Trade Center down in the Clem.
Another one.
And that's, they closed Taylor, and I just thought maybe it was
Taylor.
yeah. But now you close the Clem one, like, damn.
I don't know. When you say the Clem, it doesn't sound very good. It's like I've got the Clem.
It's the Clem, dude. I've got the Clem. No, it's the Clem.
Right.
But you close that location down? That's all.
Okay, but be realistic. Did you ever go there outside of Fantasticon when we were there?
No, when I was a kid.
Oh.
That's where I bought my kickers and my amps and all my.
So 30 years ago.
I went there 30
Right.
years ago, and I'm going to miss it so much. There was a lady on the TV. They
We go all the time, like just like the flea market out Dixieland.
Yeah.
Dude, I go twice a month, and I buy a beer mug here and a Star Wars glass there, and I'll get the cup of coffee in the back because I like it, and you make fun of the weirdos.
Make odd eye contact with the guy giving back rubs.
Right, right. But like Gibraltar, the problem with Gibraltar was it wasn't a flea market per se. Like at Dixieland, people bring their old shit and they sell it, right? And you can get these oddball collectibles. Gibraltar turned into like buying from like the Chinese like bulk magazines.
Oh yeah, there was a furniture liquidator that set up shop there.
They're doing furniture. They're doing furniture sales too at like Universal Mall and all that kind of stuff.
But they had like that really sad pet store with all the dogs that were sick
and the church and the Mexican barbershop.
No, that's at Dixieland. Gibraltar didn't have these things.
No, there's the church at Gibraltar.
Was there?
Yeah.
The Church of Gibraltar. That sounds much more fancy than it actually
it turned
is.
into
The church at
turned
Gibraltar.
into more like a cheap import marketplace than it was like an actual flea market that's like charming.
Yeah, because it was a lot of leather jackets, katanas. It was basically like a Spencer's exploded.
Right, like the bad leather shop, the bad jewelry shop, the tattoo parlor. Which, if you got a tattoo at Gibraltar, God help you.
It's a Kermit the Frog. It's a Kermit the Frog. I'm telling you.
Right.
Or Pepe, who knows?
But they just had weird. It was great to go people watch, but like you maybe got some beef jerky from the beef jerky stand, but you didn't.
Hot
buy-
donuts.
That's the number one comment, actually. And I'm not aware of this, even though I'm an East Sider. I was more of an Eastland Mall than a Gibraltar guy. But when we posted that story up, everyone was crazy about the beef jerky stand. What's so magical? And you guys are experts in meat sticks, so tell me.
I don't know that I ever grabbed jerky there. I was always there for the Mindy Donuts.
They had the elk and the buffalo. They were the oddball stuff you can't. it's hard to find unless you go to like
Okay.
a beef jerky outlet up north.
Like on the way to Mackinac.
Like
or
you're not
whatever, that
stopping at
jerky
7-Eleven and getting like the stuff they had.
place. Okay.
You know, it was it was good. It was like, you know, I don't know how else to describe it, but like the stuff that was like the cowboy boot shop, like
Right.
you know, there's the rugs. There's
Well,
like
I mean, they do have a full service bar, which